Hey guys, I'm Jordan. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, today's video is basically going to be a get ready with me, but I'm going to be trying on a lot of new products today, things that I have not tried before. Definitely a lot of hyped up products here that I'm interested in trying out, see how they perform. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer in the shade Deep Brown. So I'm going to try to keep my brows as natural as possible. They always end up being bold though. A little spoolie at the end is this little ball. I actually really like it. It blended it out really nicely. And I do like the color. It's not too dark, but not too brown at the same time. Yeah, I like that. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Great Lash Clear Mascara. Y'all know how this is. I want to use it for my brows though, because you guys, I hate buying brow gel. I run out of it so quickly. And it's like $20 for brow gel. I don't know if I'm gonna like this though. I don't think it's holding as well as those $20 brow gels. So I'll move on to my eyes. I'm gonna try this out. This is the Mercier Editorial Eye Palette. This is what it looks like. So it has like a translucent powder and then these smoky colors in it. Really pretty. I'm probably gonna use that as a lid shade. I don't want my eyes that smoky, you know. It's daytime right now. I'm gonna put on a little bit of eye cream. I'm gonna use the Ula Henderson Banana Bright eye cream. Let's see if it color corrects. Because my lids are really dark, as you can see. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer as my primer. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer. I'm gonna use my Melt Stack as my transition colors. I'm gonna go in with Blur and just run that all over the eye area to basically kind of set the concealer and the base that we put down. So I just push that all over the eye. I'm not being too neat with that. Next I'm gonna go in with the shade Unseen and a fluffy blending brush. This one's from Wet n Wild, and just pop that in my crease just to warm it up a little bit. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this charcoaly black color. It's pigmented. All right, so lightly press that on. That black blends really nicely. So most of the color is being concentrated right on the outer eye, and I'm just gonna blend it lightly into my crease. That's the shape that I want. I'm just gonna go back in with that fluffy brush and the Unseen shade and kind of blend out the edges a little bit more, kind of blow it out a little bit more without making it too dark. So I'm just doing basically circular motions right there on the edge of the black with the brown. With a flat shadow brush and pick up that coppery shade that I showed you guys in the beginning, so right there. It's not as bright as I thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna add another shadow later probably. I'm gonna go in with it's my Ray Ray palette and pick up a little bit of Fairy Tale right here just to brighten things up a little bit more. There we go. Basically just covered the whole shadow. A little bit of Tiffany to this eye because I accidentally picked up the wrong shade over there. So here we are, making a totally different look. It's pretty though. Next I'm gonna go in with is the new Stila Stay All Day Micro Liner. So this is what the tip looks like. It is pretty mini. Really tiny, right? Let me show you what the regular Stay All Day looks like. So that is the regular Stay All Day. A bigger tip. And then we have this mini one. Then we have the mini one right beside it. So just for a little bit more of a fine line, since we're already doing a smoky eye, I'm going to go in with the mini one. I don't know if it's because it's like really tiny, but it doesn't look as black as the other Stay All Day. That was easy to get the flick. I just made it a little longer because this one just decided to get bigger. So, you know, here we are. Okay, so the next I'm going to try out is the Superfan mascara from Smashbox. See, I always do this. When I try new mascaras, I always do one liner. I just realized that. Sorry, y'all. My bad. I actually really like this mascara. Oh my gosh. It's not clumpy at all. It's so easy to apply. Alright, so on to complexion. I'm going to start off with just the usual. My Origins Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. I really like this primer. So I'm going to pop on just a little bit. And the foundation I'm going to be trying out today is this one. You know, everybody's hyping this thing up. This is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I wear the shade Macao. Can you see that? Macao. I'm going to start off with 2 pumps because it doesn't really put that much out. So that's what it looks like. I'm using a Sephora number 56 brush. I really like the finish of the foundation. It's not too matte. It does have a slight sheen to it, which I like. And it's smooth, very smooth. I used about 3 pumps. But the pumps, like I mentioned, they weren't that big, so. There we go. Alright, so the next I'm going to try out is this new Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. I have it in the shade 5N, so I'm just going to use that to highlight. And that color is fine. So 5N means that it has a neutral undertone, so it's not as yellow, as warm as my other concealers are. And I can tell that off the bat, but we'll see. I'm going to go in with my Japanese Fluff Concealer Brush for the under eye. That blends out very nicely under the eye. I was just looking at my chest compared to my face. It's fine. My neck is darker, but I try to balance all the tones in my complexion, so I'm going to contour, bronze it up too, so it's fine. I actually really like it. It is really nice coverage. It looks more like a medium buildable coverage. And it definitely has more of a radiant finish, which I love for the under eyes. Alright, I'm going to go in with my Mercier translucent powder and just lightly set the under eye and where I apply concealer to my face. I'm using a e.l.f. tapered blush brush. I'm just pressing that on. And this is the Mercier concealer, so they should work well together. Okay, so most of the powder goes in the T-zone, under the eye T-zone, and then I just lightly dust a little bit where I know I'm gonna bronze. So that way my foundation doesn't move around, but not too much powder. There we go. So the next thing we're going to try out is this. This is the new Anastasia bronzer, and I have it in the shade Mahogany. Mahogany, that's what it looks like. You guys, I don't know how that looks. That does not look like it's going to work. I swatched it, can't really see it. I'm concerned, I'm concerned. I'm using my complexion brush from e.l.f. My face. Okay, so I'm gonna take that back. It does bronze my complexion. It blends really, really nicely. Like, it's so easy to blend. Thank God. You know, it's pretty, it's warm, but it's not like really red, which we normally, you know, go for on darker skin. Like a more red, cool contour, just to, you know, so you can see it. But this is definitely giving me some warmth, and I really like the way that it bronzes my complexion. The only thing I can say is that I do think that they can go a little bit darker because, like I mentioned, I wear Macao. I also wear Fenty 420. What else? Lancome 500, you know, Huda 500. So if you wear any of those shades, you know that we're not, you know, that deep. Of course, we're dark skinned, but we're not that deep. So for deeper people, they're not going to be able to bronze with this. And of course, you know, a lot of deeper people don't bronze because they don't have products to. And of course, their skin itself gives warmth, and you can balance that out with color correcting. But, you know, some people like to look bronzy. At least give somebody who's about 2 shades darker than me the option to bronze, you know? There we go. I do feel like I had to build that up a lot, but I love the way that it looks. It blended out really easy. So I actually really like that. Okay, we're good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly contour. I'm not gonna focus on that because I'm just using the It's My Ray Ray palette. To go ahead and highlight, also using that same palette, I'm just gonna mix the 2 darker shades together. And I'm using the MAC 140 SES brush and just kind of blending that over my cheeks. I'm going to go ahead and lightly smoke out my under eye using the black from the Mercier palette. I noticed that the concealer is lightly creasing already. Like right in that fold that I naturally have. I don't know how I feel about that. That's not good. I'm gonna go in again with a little bit more powder and just kind of press that in the inner corner. Not inner corner, but under my eyes. Like, press it. I'm just gonna finish off my complexion with a little bit of blush. I'm using this CoverGirl blush in the shade Rockin' Rose. I'm going to lightly apply some mascara to my bottom lash line, going back in with that Superfan from Smashbox. I'm just going to do a slight inner corner highlight, going back in with that Mercier palette and using that shade. For lips, I'm going to go in with this Anastasia lipstick in the shade Kiss. This is not new, but I haven't used it before. So it's pretty nude. I don't have a liner on at the moment, but I'm just going to top it with some gloss. This is the Hi-Fi lip gloss from Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss from Urban Decay in the shade Backtalk. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. It's a pretty neutral smoky eye with wing liner with more of a radiant complexion. but I am actually really liking how everything turned out. Let me just talk about some standout products. Let's start with this. The Superfan mascara was amazing. Now I had wing eyeliner on, so you couldn't really see, but I will definitely demo it for you guys in another video. But that's what the wand looks like. So as you can see, it has really small bristles that gave a lot of separation to my lashes, and it made it really, really long. I don't know if you can tell that my bottom lashes look really, really good. So I really like this. There was no smudging, no flaking, so I'm happy about that right now. We'll see how it wears because it's supposed to be water resistant and wear for about 12 hours if I'm not mistaken. So I'll keep you guys updated about that. The next thing that I actually really liked, which was pleasantly surprising, was the Anastasia bronzer. So I did mention that I do think that darker shades should be available, but for the way that this bronzer blended, it was amazing. It blended really easily. As you can see, it did warm up my complexion. Just a really good powder. So I'm really surprised by that. The foundation looks really good on my skin. I didn't notice that it was a little dull around my mouth, so I'm probably gonna have to color correct since this is such a full coverage foundation. So the yellow just was not working with my hyperpigmentation there, but as you can see, it did balance out quite well. Macao is the shade that I normally wear in most Nars foundations, in all Nars foundations. So there was no other color that looked like it would work for me, so just take that in consideration. Like I mentioned before, I normally wear Lancome 500, Fenty 420, Macao, so I think it looks fine, but I was a little thrown off when I first blended it in, but it looks really good. Still very smooth, and I will keep you guys updated on how it wears because it's supposed to be a longer wearing foundation compared to other Nars foundations. I also really like the brow pencil. I felt like it was a really good color and it made my brows look pretty natural, not too bold. And it was easy to apply with this applicator. I'm really, really impressed by that. The things that I'm a little iffy about is the Mercier concealer. So I do like the way that it looks right now, but it was creasing a little bit on me, and normally that doesn't happen. I don't get creases like right away. It's normally when I wear it. But after setting it with a little bit more powder, it does look really nice. And I do like the finish of it because the powder didn't really make it that dry. So I'll just keep an eye on that and see how it wears. Hopefully it doesn't crease anymore. But for now, I do like the color and I like the finish. The Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss. I like the way that it looks. I just have a feeling that it's going to be goopy. And I think I mentioned that. But it's cute for now. The lipstick, I am familiar with the formula, did like the color. I'm not wearing any liner and I feel that it looks pretty cute. So the things that I did not really like are these. So I didn't really like the Maybelline Great Lash for my brows. It's not really holding. I need something stronger. So that's a no. That's a pass. Thank God it was only $5. And then surprisingly, I don't like this. I don't like this Stila liner. Now, it was pretty easy going on, but I did do some swatches for you guys just so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a thinner line, but it's not as black as the original Stila Stay All Day, which I like. I like that the Stila Stay All Day is really dark. The micro liner is probably going to be really good for tight lining. You know, if you want to conceal your lash line when you're wearing false lashes, this is going to be a good liner. But if you want to do a wing, I think you just stick with the regular Stila liner because it's going to give you faster wing because you don't have to go over it too much, and a darker, more intense wing. So as you can see, I did kind of finish it off with this just to give me a little bit more darkness on the lid. But, you know, it's okay. No, I'm not here for it. But it's okay. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it for other things, but it's okay. And the last thing is this. This is the Mercier eyeshadow palette. I don't hate it. I don't know why I left it for last. I actually really like it. It blended out really well. I find that this is probably gonna be better for people who like the smoky, more dramatic eyes. Of course, it's called the Editorial Eye Palette. This powder right here, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's a setting powder, but I don't know how that's gonna look on my complexion. I mean, it looks a little ashy, right? It's more of a brightening powder. Probably not going to use that because I have a feeling it's going to give me a little bit of flashback. I'll try it. It feels like a silica powder. I'll try it another day. But for everything else, the black blended really nicely. And then that shimmer shade that I used, they blended really nicely. It just didn't have as many colors as I was going for today, so that's why I picked up the Ray Ray palette just to balance it out with the other shimmer shade. But I find that this is probably going to be really nice as a smoky palette, and I will do another look with it just so you guys can see how it works as a more bold smoky palette. So that's going to be it for today's Get Ready With Me. If you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comments down below. Everything that I use will be listed down below with the prices for you if you want to check them out. And if you have not, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I say in every video. And please like the video because it definitely helps me. It reaches other people so that they can see my videos too. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye.